Shit time is 12 o'clock and it's 3 p.m. How dare you ask to relieve your bowels in the middle of this lesson? A high status person or high value person usually apologizes a lot less. The confidence to put up your hand and not apologize for having a question. Now, a high value person will also communicate in shorter sentences rather than long, drawn out running sentences. The shorter the sentence, the better, usually in the beginning of a conversation. What do we have here? You guys are cool. What's shaking? You see what I did there? I still put a question on the end, but I just shortened the whole thing. Let me get this straight, big boy. Your boss is sending you out to a conference over in Miami, and you gotta go there and win the big deal. You gotta make a great first impression at this conference. How are you gonna do it? Or you walk into a club, and there's a person of your dreams just right there, waiting to meet you, but you don't have the way to go over and communicate that you're actually a cool person. What's going on? Or how about this, yeah? You think that you're gonna go over to your old friends you haven't seen since high school, since ages ago, and there's a reunion happening, and you want to go in there and be the brand new you because you're not the kid that got bullied in school anymore. What's going on? How do you do it? Well, today we're going to talk about high value communication skills, high value mindsets, and high value body language. Once you understand all this, you can transform yourself. You ever hear the expression that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Yeah? So look, if you understand high value mindsets, high value body language, high value communication, what happens is you continue to have a momentum in that direction, and it's kind of just takes over by itself, and it's compound interest, as it were. So let's get it going. I'm going to introduce you to some gangster material today, very powerful. Let's do it. I want to talk about something called high value social skills. And that is the skill of being able to walk into a room and show status, communicate in a way that people will respect you, understand you, and respond to you. This is not something you're born with. It's something you learn over time. You were not taught it when you were growing up, unfortunately, but now you can be taught it, you can learn it now, all right? So we're talking about high value social skills, what those look like. There's a few things. There's mindset. There's the body language. There is facial expressions. There's sentences and phrases. We're going to go over some of those right now. The high value mindset is the idea of if you want something, you should be allowed to get it. If somebody has achieved a goal before, it's possible that you guys can do it too. So for example, we're here in America, which is one of the most amazing countries in the world because it was built on the foundation that if somebody has an idea and they've done something, you can possibly achieve the same thing. Like you all have laptops in this room. You have the same ability versus somebody in Los Angeles to generate $250,000 a year on internet. You all have access to the same internet, which is a huge level of the playing field. Also, let's think about like some kid in Africa. My cousin recently asked me for a laptop, and I'm trying to get him to understand that this laptop is going to change his life if he learns graphic design. But he doesn't understand it yet because he doesn't understand that it evens the playing field. So a high value mindset is that if one man can do it, I can probably do it too. If one man can do it, I can maybe do it better. That is a high value mindset. So you're like, I'm going to get what I deserve. If somebody else got it, they deserve it, I want to also get it too. That's the mindset. Let's talk about high value body language, for example. High value body language, it's basically what we talk about all the time. It is not slouching your shoulders. It's standing up straight. It's not your head to the sky, but your head just leveled. It's instead of sad puppy eyes, it's like bright, excited child eyes looking at candy. It's a dynamic facial expression. So not just like dynamic facial expression. High value people sometimes smile. They sometimes squint. It's like the lower eyelids going up. Okay? They sometimes have a snarly look. Okay? They just walk around like that. Very often you'll be in a social situation and you won't feel the ability to smile. How many times have you been in a club and you're like, I don't even know what he's saying, but I agree with him. Hallelujah, brother. You've been to a club and you're in the club and you're like, why is everybody so fucking happy in here? Don't they understand it's a club? It's miserable. There's loud music, there's drinks, there's smoke. My feet are sticking to the beer on the floor. I hate this place. How could they allow themselves to be happy here? Well, it's because they have the mindset. The mindset is, this is all for me. This club is all for me. And then it affects their body language. So you want to check your mindset first to affect your body language. High value body language, again, just like none of this, no slouching, not constantly looking at the floor, and feeling the ability that you can project your voice. So we say there's low value tonality, which is where your voice goes up a lot at the end, like everything. It's a question. It's a question. What's your name? Madison? Question? That's low value tonality. High value tonality is your voice kind of goes down at the end. Hey, what's up? What's your name? How are you? Good. I saw this. I know I'm in America. When I get on that plane, there's a bunch of assholes saying everything in high value tonality. How long is the flight going to be here? Great. You're doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you. DC. Bags are checked. Thank you. That's how I know I'm in America, okay? It's like I get off the plane and I hear that. Now, I'm not telling you to go that far with it, but we're Americans. We own the world. I'm not saying to go that far with it, but you can incorporate a little bit of it. So my guess is you probably talk with the tonality too often of low value tonality. When you talk with a high value tonality, you will get status. It will come to you. If you talk with a low value tonality, you will avoid it. It will not come to you. You're probably scared to do it because it means you have to keep it up. Anybody ever think about that? By the way, what I'm doing right now, talking to you like this, takes energy. Takes energy to project my voice. Takes energy to reach you. Takes energy to connect with you. If you talk with status or high value, you must maintain it. It's not a 1 minute of the day thing. It's a life choice. So you know when you do it, it's a life choice. You got to commit to it. It's a lifestyle, okay? I want you guys to all have that. Next thing, after tonality, is phrases. How do high value people speak? Usually not with a lot of questions. Questions kill the vibe. What's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? Oh, cool. What are you celebrating tonight? That's fun. How do you guys all know each other? That is a lot of questions. Now, I'm saying with a great tonality, so it sounds a little better, but usually be like, what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? How do you all know each other? Okay. Voice is going up. Low value tonality, okay? When your voice is going down, you have a high value tonality. It's good, but I would also recommend not asking questions. Take these questions and turn them into statements. Easiest way to get good at something. Turning a question and turn it into a statement. So instead of how old are you, as a statement, what would that be?
You look like you're 20.
Yeah, you look like you're 20. Something about you reminds me of my uncle. Okay? Instead of what are you all doing here tonight, that could become, I bet somebody's celebrating a birthday. Something about this tells me that there's a celebration going on. You all look like you're having a work party get together, okay? That helps a lot. Now, a high value person will also communicate in shorter sentences rather than long, drawn out, running sentences. The shorter the sentence, the better, usually in the beginning of a conversation. Okay? So, a sentence like, I don't know, I was just like walking, I was just walking down the hall and I got here and I saw you and I wanted to say hello and you looked like you would be interesting people. So what are you all celebrating tonight? That could work. Shorter version. What do we have here? You guys are cool. What's shaking? You see what I did there? I still put a question on the end, but I just shortened the whole thing. I got less explaining, less explanatory. I assumed status in that conversation and I gave away my power. I didn't apologize. A high status person or high value person usually apologizes a lot less. They apologize a lot less. Usually when you speak, you're apologizing for you having an opinion. Does that make sense? Like I'm in this room right now, okay, and before I said, who has a question? And some guys go, so I came all the way here in the rain, in the cold, it's cold ass room, and I watched all the videos, and and I'm sorry, but I have a question. It's not really good. I think my question is, oh, never mind, right? Like, you need, like the confidence to put up your hand and not apologize for having a question, right? Because our whole life, we're shamed for basic needs. When you're in school, the first thing they teach you in school is you want to go take a shit. You wait to shit time, young man. Shit time is 12 o'clock and it's 3 p.m. How dare you ask to relieve your bowels in the middle of this lesson, right? You need to coordinate your bowels. You need to plan that bowel to happen at the right time. You take a shit when people tell you to, right? The whole world is based on respect, but also these rules that are meant to like make you apologize for some basic human behaviors. To feel ashamed for burping in front of a person that you're close with, right? It's not pleasant, but it's nothing wrong with it, right? Actually, in some cultures, burping is seen as a sign of respect that you enjoy the food. So there you go. The point I'm trying to make is some basic human things that you'll do, you apologize for. So you want to get in the habit of apologizing when you do cross the line, but also knowing when things are okay. And the last point I'll give you about high value internal game is when you have high value internal game, you're getting self-esteem from within versus getting self-esteem from other people, or getting self-esteem from what you can get from the world. So let's say you got a shirt, man. This is not my favorite shirt. It's like a 3-year-old shirt from Top Man. Okay, it's not the best shirt. I've worn it a little bit long, but I'm like, yeah, fucking cool shirt, man. Cool shirt. I'm just enjoying my shirt, rocking my shirt, because there'll always be another better shirt. There'll always be the I don't know, some other shirt. It's like some designer like Yves Saint Laurent shirt. It's like, you know, a couple $100. There'll always be some Karl Lagerfeld shirt. But I gotta just enjoy the shirt that I have. This is my face, I gotta enjoy my face. This is my smile, gotta enjoy my smile. This is my air. Whew, man, I'm alive, I have to have air. Amazing, I wasn't aborted. Seriously, think about that, shit. Life is good, man. Life is good, let's enjoy what I got, okay? So you're drawing these good emotions from within yourself rather than getting from outside influences. So what we're gonna do is a little role play, as I promised you. I call it the bouncer game. Dun, dun, dun. And now usually with the bouncer, what happens is you go up and you break all those rules. You ask too many questions, you don't make statements, your tonality is all over the place, you start apologizing for things you shouldn't apologize for, you're not getting good emotion from inside of yourself, your body language goes downhill, you start being fidgety, you're anxious, you're nervous, and it affects the way the bouncer is going to respond to you, okay? That's what happens. So we got to change that a little bit. I'm going to tweak you guys to play with that a little bit. So we get Alejandro up here. Alejandro, romanzo, shake his aso. You get Alejandro up here. And Alejandro, you're going to play the role of a bouncer at a club. And I'm going to be the guy who follows none of the high value communication rules. The mindset, body language, tonality, and it's going to break it all, okay? This is what usually happens. Usually we see this on a program. 3 guys roll up at the club, and this is what happens. All right. Hey, what's up?
Hey, sir. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, so...
You come just alone, or with someone?
Oh, it's me and like 4 guys. Or 4... Yeah, 4 guys.
With those shoes, man.
Huh?
Those shoes?
These shoes?
With those shoes?
Yeah, I like these. I like these. They're the only shoes that I have right now.
Okay.
You
know that this high value, high menu, right?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, it is. Probably you should change your shoes.
Okay. He doesn't like my shoes, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go. End scene. And by the way, that's something that really happened. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that happened to one of my guys recently. They play the shoe game. They look at your shoes and are like, they say some bullshit about your shoes, and if you fall into it, they know you're not in the high value mindset, and they don't let you in the club. They only want people that are going for high value mindsets in that club. So they don't let you in. They're like, oh, those shoes are a little too black. And you go, oh, they are? You start apologizing for the shoes. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. And you start apologizing, long explanation. Well, these shoes are the only ones that I have right now because I just got off the train over-explaining yourself and apologizing, and all of a sudden, he's like, this motherfucker thinks he's gonna get in. He's not. It's only for high-value people. Okay, so they reverse it. What could I have done there? I could have given shorter answers. I could have not explained myself. I could have not asked so many questions. All right, bouncers are trained to look for this in people. Bouncers are trained to look for it. There's just, basically every bouncer wants you, like every club wants you in the club. That makes sense? They know, if you're spending money, they want you in the club. They're a business. They can't afford to not have you in the club. They want you in the club. That's like a hotel be like, you know, we don't have any rooms available right now. So, no, you want people to rent the rooms in the hotel. They want you in the club. They got to get you in the club. They got to act like they don't want you in the club. That's how they get you in the club. Making you feel like you don't belong in the club. Really, they need you in the club. But they need you if you're the right type of person. Right kind of mindset. You know, I'll be happy to work with you guys in the audience if you're the right type of person. If you're a good fit, we'll see. If not, it's totally fine. You can go somewhere else. I'll be happy to go on a date with one of y'all if it feels like it's the right fit, if it makes sense. If not, hey, there's plenty of people out there that are shirtless bros that would be good for you. Maybe not me. That's totally fine. We're looking for a select type of individual. We're doing a lot of interviews right now, but not everybody can have us. See what I'm doing? I'm putting a barrier. I'm putting a desire to get in, a desire to work with you, but only if it's the right fit. So your attitude going to a club is, if it's the right fit, you'll go in. But not you're dying to get into this club. And that dying into the club is communicated by you like overly excited, looking around past the bouncer, trying to like do this, you know, like, hey, 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 not being prepared, not having your ID ready, fumbling around, walking up with 4 dudes, if that's the case. Okay? So we'll do the reverse again. We'll do the reverse time. This time, I'm going to approach the bouncer, but I'm going to do it in a more high-value way, okay? First off, looks pretty good tonight. Hey, man, looks pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good.
Are you sure?
Well, kind of. You'll have to see it yourself.
Cool, cool. Oh, yeah, in a moment, sure. Yeah.
You have an ID?
Of course. Doesn't everybody?
I don't know.
You know what? There's a lot of assholes here tonight. You must deal with a lot of assholes.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I can imagine what it's like for you, bro. Yeah, I can imagine. Hold on a second. 18? Okay, 18, I know. I know. Here you go. Take that.
Okay.
Don't spend it all on candy.
Okay. Seems about right.
Cool. Sweet. Okay. Pleasure. Thanks a lot. Just this 2, by the way. Just this 2.
Okay.
Okay, cool. A few things I love about role plays. They allow you to see it not just from the perspective of the person who's taking action, but you can see it from the perspective of the person who's also on the other side. Let's break down what happened with the bouncer and myself. And you can see that role play from both sides. First of all, very, very key things I said when I communicated. I said, hey, just us 2. Could have been just us 3 or just us 4. Now, when somebody says that, what does it mean? It's like, well, it's 2 guys, but it's not that much of a bad thing. It's an okay thing. It's not a horrible thing. Okay, it's just us 2. It's like, you just have chlamydia. It's like saying that, right? It's like a really, really situation. It makes it not as bad as it sounds. So it's like, yeah, this is something I do all the time. Assume it's going to be positive. Hey, yeah, I get in the car all the time. Yeah, oh, this is just my Rolex. This is just blah, blah, blah. It's just that. Just real quick, just not far, right? The whole thing together communicates that you do that very, very often. Another part, whenever the bouncer's not acknowledging me, I'm not going to be acknowledging him. So I'm not turned and focused at him when he is facing this way. All my attention doesn't go on him. Now, why is that? It's intentional, because if you're pursuing people and you're chasing, giving them the attention where they're not giving you back, every second you wait there, man, it's like a ticking time bomb. It just goes lower and lower and lower. Your value just drops. So if you do that for too much of a long time, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have zero value in a few seconds. The bouncer's trained to not let you in because of that. In life and with people, you don't want to constantly be giving value in that way when you're not getting it back. Imagine in a dating context, what would that look like? If you were to ask somebody out on a date and that person doesn't get back to you or that says no, you'd be like, hey, what's up? How about a date again? How about a date again? And they're like, I'm not sure. How about a date again? That's like putting $100 down and then you double it and you put $200 down and then they're like, I'm not sure. So you're like $300 down. That makes no sense. You're not going to do that. You're not going to waste your time or their time. And most importantly, your emotional capital should not be spent unwisely. Also, when I'm in line with the bouncer, what else am I doing? I'm making my own self happy. That's what we say, drawing good state from within. Because you will always have your life, man. Things will come and they will go. You could be a millionaire one day and all of a sudden the banks shut down in your country and you're no longer a millionaire. You could have great friends and then they die in a plane crash. Things could happen, right? So you have to find a way to be emotionally centered. You are responsible for your own feelings. Nobody else is responsible for those feelings. So what that means is if bad things happen around you, things don't work out, you gotta be internally focused, internally centered. You steer that ship. So that translates into what? When the bouncer is not paying attention to me, I'm having fun with my friends in the line. I'm joking around with them. I'm gonna be checking my cell phone, doing some cool stuff, looking at cat memes, showing it to other people in line, just having a great time with myself primarily. Let's look at the actual communication of the language. What's different there? What's happening? What's going on? Now, obviously in a video like this, I gotta explain stuff, a lot of detail, a lot of words, eloquent speech. Yeah, I get it. But look, truth is, when you're in a high value communication situation, usually less is more. If you can shorten your sentence down to less words, it's gonna be better. So instead of like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How's it tonight? Is everything great? Is it a good club? It's like, hey, good club tonight, huh? Or like, good tonight, huh? Not even good club. It's good tonight. It's good tonight. Back in the day when we communicate with promoters at clubs, we wouldn't even just say like, how is it tonight or what's good tonight. We would just say the letter T and then N-I-T-E, tonight. Tonight, really short. And that's not even a real word, it doesn't exist, but it communicates that you're busy, you have things going on, you don't take that interaction too seriously, and you have other things to say that would be more important if you choose to. You're reserving that power for yourself. Usually, shorter communication is better communication, with the gaps and silence in between. Also, be comfortable with that silence. If you're just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? What's your name? Okay, where are you from? You're just putting in sentences after sentence after sentences with not a lot of gap of space in between. It signifies that you're somebody who is uncomfortable with the silence. See what I did there? Oh yeah. So that's what you gotta understand. High value mindsets, high value communication, high value body language. This is something I teach very much in my live programs all around the world. I got Miami coming up in a week or two, and I got Vancouver and a few other places on my Canadian tour, then off to an Australian and an Asian tour. So you thought about this, you thought about working on this. This is something that you want to do. You realize the gap between where you are right now and where you could possibly be. You need a roadmap to get you there. Come work with me, let me know. I'll check my schedule, put it on the screen, madisonhimself.com/events. Check that out, all my dates are there. Get in contact with me and my team. Let's have a conversation and discussion, and we'll see if it's right to invite you into one of those live programs. We can work on this high value stuff live, face-to-face, together in real time. That's it for now. You're a gangster now. The power is yours. Cheers.